Councils and Related Matters. For our next item on our today's agenda, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair. Madam Chair, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will call on Honorable Sila to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Holy Father, our chief cornerstone, we give you thanks and praise for yet another glorious day and new week. We submit ourselves into your care. Thank you for the manifold blessings, families and friends. Guide us as we journey on this week. Hear our prayers and grant us the desires of our hearts. Let your name be glorified as we step into this new week. Unlock doors that were shut. Grant us unmerited favors, and let your mercy and grace speak for us. Be thou exalted, Lord, and may we tap from your heavenly blessings this day, henceforth, and even forevermore. Amen.
Can you please call the witness?
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Can you kindly stand here? Okay. Good morning. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Mr. Witness, what is your religion?
I'm Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
In English.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Yes, sure.
Okay, Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Can you hold the Holy Quran and repeat after me? I, Mustapha Gaye,
Ousman
Gaye,
yeah.
do swear that
I'll
speak the truth,
the
whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Gaye. You are welcome. Thank you. Council, can we proceed?
Thank you very much. Good morning to the chairperson and the honorable commissioners, the secretary, and everyone present in the gallery. Sir, can you please tell the commission what your name is?
Ousman Gaye.
And your address?
I live in New Joshua.
New Joshua.
Yes, sir.
You can tell us about your educational background as well?
Okay. Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, council, and the rest of the people out here. I am Ousman Gaye. I live in New Joshua. I started my educational career in Medina Sering Mas in the Lower Nyomi district, North Bank region of the Gambia. And then from there, I went to New South High School and to the International College of Business and Human Resource Development, where I did my business and management for 2 years. And then I proceeded to the MDI, where I did my public administration, postgraduate, and then finally to SUBDECO, that is the École Supérieure de Commerce, where I did my master's in management.
Now, you work for the Conteh Municipal Council?
Yes, council.
Since when?
I started work on 1st June 2004.
In what capacity?
As a revenue collector.
And you rose to the ranks to become a clerk of council?
Yes, from revenue collector, I became a senior collector. Then from a senior collector, I became a market master. Then from a market master, I was upgraded to the clerk of council, deputy clerk of council.
Which year was that?
This is 2015-16.
Deputy?
Yes.
And then as clerk?
And then as clerk in 2017.
2017 to date?
Yes.
Do you have your, were you promoted or you were appointed? Is it promotion to deputy and then clerk?
Yes, this was done through the service commission at the time. It was a recommendation from the establishment committee to the service commission. And that was how, and I was invited for an interview, which I went through before I was, redesignated to the office of the clerk as deputy clerk.
Do you have these appointment letters?
Yes, sir.
Do you have them with you?
Yes, it's here.
Right. We apply to tender the following documents from the witness. The first is a confirmation of employment letter addressed to Ousman Gaye, 1st February 2021. It's a photocopy. The second is a letter addressed to the witness, Mr. Ousman Gaye, Deputy Clerk to Council, KMC, 15 December 2017. Letter dated the 16th of May 2016, addressed to the witness, appointment to the position of Deputy Clerk of Council, and 31st May 2004, appointing the witness to the position of a market collector. You have these originals?
Yeah, I had them, but I tried to search, but I couldn't see.
You are the clerk. If you can't have your originals, who will have
so yeah,
the originals?
Yeah, we were having some transfers when so most of my documents I need to check them again and see. But I'm sure I may have the originals with me.
Yes. Madam Chair, we apply to have these documents admitted into evidence and marked accordingly.
Mr. Gaye, we will give you time to locate the originals of these copies, but in the meantime, we will admit these copies into evidence so that we will be able to ascertain the authenticity of this photocopied documents we have admitted.
Okay,
so you can do that next week.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. A letter dated the 31st of May 2004 with reference KMC/ADM/005. The letter is addressed to Ousman Gaye, 7 Bakari Koli Street, New Joswang, and it is an appointment of the witness as market collector. It is signed by Ibrahim D. Jobate, Director of Admin and Finance. It is copied to the Lord Mayor KMC, Finance Director, Internal Audit, Market Manager, and IT Manager. The second letter is dated the 16th of May 2016 with reference KMC/ADM/074, addressed to Mr. Ousman Gaye, Market Master Oljoswang, with the caption Appointment to the position of Deputy Clerk of Council. It is signed by Omar C. For Chief Executive Officer, it is copied to the following people, that is the Lord Mayor KMC, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Clerk of Council, IT Manager, Chairman Establishment and Appointment Committee, Chairman Local Government Service Commission, and Acting Executive Secretary. A letter dated the 15th of December 2017 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Mr. Ousman Gaye, Deputy Clerk of Council, with the subject upgrade. The letter is signed by Jaja Cham. For Chief Executive Officer, it is copied to the Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, IT Manager, and Acting Executive Secretary. The last letter is dated the 1st of February 2021. It has reference KMC/GOV/222/HR/DJ. It is addressed to Ousman Gaye, Clerk of Council, with the subject confirmation of employment. It is signed by Demboja. For Chief Executive Officer, it is copied to the Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, IT Manager, Establishment and Appointment Committee. These 4 letters are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/OG/KMC/001.
As the Commission places. You recall also giving a statement to the investigators?
Yes, Counsel.
We will show you a copy of the original, a duplicate. Please go through it. Is that?
Yes, that's the one.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Ousman Gaye, dated the 3rd of September 2024, into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement dated the 3rd of September 2024 made by the witness, Mr. Ousman Gaye, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/OG/KMC/002.
As the Commissioner, please. Now, how would you describe your functions as Clerk of Council?
Thank you, Council. As per the Local Government Act, my task is related to writing minutes of Council, organizing minutes and resolutions, and then inviting members of Council to General Council meetings and committee meetings and any other duties assigned.
And how often do you have these council meetings?
As per the Local Government Act, it states that General Council should be held at least once every month.
Yes.
So as far as I know, we've been holding at least one General Council in a month.
Have you had these regular meetings every month, at least once since 2018?
Yes, for General Council, yes.
And you keep minutes of these meetings?
Yes, I keep them, yeah.
Do you have a proper filing system for these minutes?
Yes.
And so who has access to these minutes, apart from you, the clerk?
Yes, for the General Council, I think our rules of procedure did state that it is open to everybody to see. So many people do have access to it. If you want to maybe make a reference to whatever discussion was made, be it from Council, be it from the members of the public, you can come to the office and we can give you those means to see. So it's very public. And I have staffs under me, so every one of them have access to those minutes.
How many staff do you have under you?
I have 4 under me.
And what are their designations?
They are secretaries to the clerk, due to the number of committees that we have. So each of them is, they are assigned as to which committees, to be, so that we can, take minutes properly.
Very well.
Yeah.
Now, as the Clerk of Council, in relation to the rules, you're talking about the rules of procedure.
Yep.
Are they different from the standing orders as well?
No. It's the same thing that we're using.
Okay.
There's no difference. We don't have separate standing orders and separate rules of procedure.
It's the same?
Yes.
So you refer to it as either rules of procedure or standing orders? We
refer to it as rules of procedure.
Now, have they been ever amended, or are you using an old version
No, it has never been amended.
It's never been amended?
No.
Do you have a copy of the rules?
Yes, I have a copy of it.
Can we see the copy of the rules? Can we use your copy? I'm sure you will have an extra copy.
Yes.
We apply to tender the Conteh Municipal Council Rules of Procedure in accordance with Section 33 of the Local Government Act 2002 into evidence as an exhibit. When were these rules formulated, do you know?
Actually, I met them there. When I came as deputy clerk, like I said, this was the rules that were enforced, and since that then there has not been a change to it.
And it has never been reviewed as well?
No.
Thank you.
The Kanifing Municipal Council Rules of Procedure, in accordance with Section 33 of the Local Government Act 2002, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/OG/KMC/003.
As the Commission places. Do you know why the rules were never reviewed to see whether it is desirable to keep the same set of rules or to probably make adjustments here and there to suit the realities of the time? Do you know why?
Not actually, Council, but I know we have, you know, when new councils come into effect, sometimes through the office of the CEO, we organize trainings for them. And these are some of the documents that they are introduced to. So they are okay with it, but I'm not sure whether, maybe they, I'm not sure, but these are my perception. Maybe they think it's still, it is serving their purpose or not, but nobody has ever told me whether it needs to be reviewed or not. Are
they even interested? Do they even know these rules, the councillors? Do you think, in your experience as a clerk,
yeah,
do you think, I mean, it's important, do you think whether the councillors, on average, are very familiar with the rules, vis-a-vis the working tools of council?
Thank you, Council. The truth is, many of them do not definitely know about these rules of procedure. And, you know, many a times I even, you know, try to see how best, you know, to support them, to see, you know, they understand, because like I said, you know, when they come, we do it into packages for them. We put them in envelopes. We give them the Local Government Act, we give them the Finance and Audit Act, the rules of procedure, sometimes the finance manual, all in one package, so that they can at least have an understanding of how councils work. But many a times, even after a year or two, you find it very difficult that many of them still do not get an understanding of how these things work.
Yes. Why do you think that is the case? Is it because of the level of education? We have to talk about the uncomfortable issue, because we are dealing with public officers who are tasked with the responsibility of handling the affairs of the public. You have a master's degree. No one has to have a master's degree, but you have to have a certain level of education and appreciate the language of council. What do you think the problem is?
Yeah, that is one factor. Education is one factor, because we have councillors that are, even at council, they find it very difficult to express themselves in the English language. So if you have those kind of issues, you know, getting to know what is in the text would be very, very difficult. So that is one factor. The other factor might have to do maybe with lack of interest. That is also I mean, something, because when a text is given to you, I mean, from the first day of your the first day that you came, you are sure you are giving all this text. I think you should find time to at least, you know, have an understanding of some of these, not everything, because even for me as a clerk, I cannot tell you I know everything about the local government, but at least, you know, there are issues. If you bring to me, even without the text, I can know this is what the law says. So it's also, it has to do with finding the time, and also trying to get the time to read and understand what is in the text. Yes.
So they have the financial manual, they have the Finance and Audit Act, they have all the relevant
documents, yes,
working tools that they need to have once they assume office. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Going by your evidence.
Yes.
And so there's no excuse. So
exactly.
if, for instance, a particular councillor also does not do what is expected of him to do in accordance with, or violates some of these sections, it is not because they were not given access or provided these documents. It's because they fail to either read it and ask questions, or they don't have the capacity to even understand, correct?
Yes, sir.
And how do we solve this issue?
So solving this issue, you know, becomes a very big problem for all of us. Like I said, for us, I mean, the only thing we can do is when there is time and you want us to support you in some sense, we can, depending on our availability. You know, there are some who always come to our offices to ask. For example, if they want to bring in a motion, what should they do? Even though it is the rules of procedure, some of them will still come and ask, and we will try to tell them, the procedures, what you should do to. So some are showing interest, but we cannot drag, anyone who doesn't have the interest to just read and understand.
Absolutely. Now, as the clerk of council, you work directly with council, you take minutes of meetings, in relation to meetings that they have, you work with the mayor as well.
Yeah.
What is the involvement of the mayor? And this question goes to, of course, naturally to any clerk of council or in relation to any mayoress or chairperson. But for KMC, what is the level of involvement into the day-to-day management and affairs of council in relation to the office of the mayor? How involved is the mayor in the management of council affairs?
So in management terms, maybe this is something I feel maybe because the conditions might not allow me to say that I rarely get to the office of the mayor unless I am requested to go. And maybe, how will I put this? Maybe he has some assignments for me. That's the time I'll go there. But rarely do I go just for the sake of going to know what happens. So, for example, in the cases of committee meetings, because this is where many of these things happen. When they have their agendas, they will come to me and I will assign one of my secretaries to write agendas for them, which they will take to the office of the mayor. So it is not our responsibility to take it to the office, so it is for them. They will take it for approval. When they have the approval, they will come back. That's the time the office of the clerk will write the invitation, inviting members of the committee to a meeting. So
right.
When they, yes, so it is not like I am always in the mayor's office to look at what happens or of that sort. Yeah.
Now, expenditure in council. I'm going to ask you this because if there are resolutions passed, then you would be very much familiar with the resolution if it is passed, and because you're the clerk. Expenditure, authority for expenditure. The financial manual talks about who has the authority for financial expenditure. And do you know whether council has regulation in relation to who has, between the CEO, the mayor, and the general council at large, who has the authority to incur or authorize, give authorization for expenditure, and up to what limit, if there is any? Has that been discussed at council level?
Yes, my understanding is in terms of expenditure, I think the law states that the CEO is the chief accounting officer.
Right.
Yes. So at KMC, what I do know is, expenses are mostly done by the office of the CEO.
Yes, yes.
But then I know when resolutions are passed, because this, after they pass resolutions, I communicate this to the office of the CEO. So during management meetings, sometimes that's the time I may know maybe when expenses are done. But I know in the first council, they had discourse about thresholds, what the CEO can spend, and if the limits surpass that, he may have to get the approval from the general council.
Yes.
Yes.
So let me read the relevant section 305, page 19 of the Financial and Accounting Manual of Local Government Area Councils. It says the authority to incur expenditure is vested in council through budget approval. That the finance director shall not make any payment nor accept any charge in his accounts unless authorized by the chief executive and in accordance with the monetary threshold approved by each council.
Yeah.
As regard the monetary threshold, it should be noted that up to a given amount, the CEO can approve and incur expenditure without reference to the chairman or mayor of council. Now, up to a certain amount, the CEO is required to consult and seek clearance from the chairman or mayor, and beyond a given amount, the CEO is required to refer such expenditure to council to seek approval. So it's very clear as to how this authority is designated between the three various authorities, as the CEO, the mayor, and the general council body, being the superior body.
Yeah, so that's why I said, I can remember, before this council, there was a threshold of 500,000 that the CEO can spend.
Before this council?
Yes, before this council.
Before 2018?
Before 2018, yes.
Okay.
I can fully remember that.
And that was official?
Yes.
As a resolution?
Yes.
Now, when the new council came?
So when the new council came, I can also remember, I'm not sure whether I have the resolution with me, but we can try to find it. But there was a time they discussed and then said they cannot spend more than 100,000.
More than?
100,000.
Yes.
Yes.
That the CEO cannot spend more than 100,000 without?
Without, getting to the office of the mayor.
Okay. That was discussed?
Yes, that was discussed.
But do you know whether a resolution was passed to that effect?
I'll have to check that, because I don't want to say something here that is not true.
That's fair enough. Please, please find out for us. Now, but that's the most you can remember about?
Yes, and then I believe later there was another discussion, because they felt maybe the 100,000 was at a minimum rate, so that may be, a problem. But that too, I'm not sure, because I have to get back to the books. Well, this was a long time, 2018. I can't remember. But if I have them, surely I'll bring it to the commission. I have no doubt about that. Yes.
Okay.
So, Mr. Gaye, please note the two issues that have been highlighted, so that you will not forget. The motion for the threshold for 100, and later revising the 100 upwards. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, aside from that, which will provide us information subsequently, the issues regarding loans from 2018, do you know whether council had discussed the issue and approved subsequently any loan application?
Yes, I think loans were at one time discussed at council. I can remember it was a heated debate until I think they had to bring something like a loan policy.
Loan policy?
For council, but that was for councillors, if my memory serves me right.
Okay, you are referring to loans in relation to staffs and councillors?
No. Loan for staffs, that was, when they came, this was, what word was I use? They suspended all loans to staffs.
Okay.
But there was a time to, they came with a sort of a loan policy for councillors. So that didn't work, because I can remember fully the mayor was not in support of that. It was a heated debate, but they went on to pass a solution towards that. But as far as I know,
and please, again, for the key things you are mentioning, we would want you, if it is captured in a resolution, to provide us with copies of the resolution.
Yeah, I will
But
check.
please proceed.
Yes. So as far as my memory serves me right, I think that policy couldn't proceed, because I think the office of the CEO thought it not wise to issue any loans under that policy. But then I can remember they were having what they call salary advance, something like that.
Yes.
Yes, I can remember that fully. But because it doesn't pass through my office, I have nothing to do with it. So,
nothing to do with that.
yeah, so,
Okay. And How about health policy? Any policy in relation to support for health care?
Yes, for healthcare before the council came, there was a healthcare, health insurance. I think with Dr. Mbo's clinic, I think it was Mbo's, yes. But then when the council came, they were issued with a loan amount of, I don't know how many million, which they needed to settle. So I think it was based on that they said they are going to also suspend the health care policy for staffs.
Was it permanently suspended or was it temporarily suspended?
It was, as far as I know, it was permanently.
Permanently suspended.
Yes.
So it was, they never really, even after they've cleared all the loans they had?
No.
It was never?
It was never, as far as I know.
Never really reviewed?
Yes.
Okay. The other issue is council itself contracting loans from banks or financial institutions. Were these issues also discussed during council's meetings?
Yes, I think there are minutes to that, which I can provide.
We also need to get that. The committees of council, how effective are they? For instance, the establishment committee, finance committee, how effective are these committees?
To the best of my knowledge, I believe they are effective. That's my perception. I can be wrong though. But then the reason I said, because I know they discuss staff matters. They discuss issues of they discuss a lot of issues that comes to those meetings.
Have they been reported effectively to council?
Yeah. So following every meeting or two,
yes.
There's what we call committee updates or recommendations. So this is prepared and reported at the council meeting, and that is through those recommendations. That's where most of the resolutions.
So they send this to your office once they have meetings, and probably they come up with recommendations. Do they address this to the office of the clerk for discussion at general council meeting?
Yes. What happens is once the meeting is approved, and I send out the invitations to members, the meeting is held, minutes are taken. So from those minutes, you have action points. When those things are done, and then general council is due to happen maybe the next 2 weeks, or those committees that want to report will come and then ask that we prepare what they have recommended in those minutes to be prepared so that they can report. So it is the chair of the committees that report to council.
So they address these recommendations to you?
To the Lord Mayor. They address it to the Lord Mayor. Yes.
So you don't have a file for communications coming from these committees?
No, because it's prepared from our office. Of course, we do keep.
Okay, so
keep
you prepare
minutes of it.
It for them?
Yes.
And so you have files in relation to minutes of these meetings?
Yes.
So do you have the establishment, minutes of the establishment committee?
Yes.
In relation to the appointments that were made in 2018?
So what happened in 2018, when I came as clerk of council,
right.
I was taking all the committee meetings together with general council. But when we had acting CEO Salama Njai, I think she said she had advice from a legal luminary that committee meetings are supposed to be taken by line managers.
Right.
So that was how I was taken out of that service, and we had Demboja, who was assigned minutes of the establishment committee. We had Lamin Baji, who was assigned minutes of the environment committee. We had Bakari Diba, assigned minutes of the finance committee, and so on and so forth. So I didn't take most of the minutes of 2018 until around, I don't know, December, something like that, when she left.
But again, once you don't sit in the committees, you don't have to sit in the committees. You don't have to, because you're the clerk of council.
Yes.
So, of course, the advice may be correct, because where you are mandated to sit is cancel general meetings and take minutes of meetings, right?
Yeah, yes.
If you are assigned by the Lord Mayor or council to sit in a particular committee and take minutes, that would be also proper.
Yes.
If they do not assign you to do that as well, that may be also proper, in my opinion. So that would not be a wrong advice to that extent. The issue is, regardless of who sits in the committees to take minutes of meetings, for them to have it discussed in council, they will have to come to your office as far as you're concerned. You give evidence to that effect, and you will prepare those recommendations and have it so that it can pass through General Council for discussion, correct?
Yes.
So you would have had access to these copies?
Not actually the copies, like I said, because even those minutes, I only came to have access after this tax was reversed. It was brought back to our office. So I asked for most of these copies. So they gave me what they had, and that's
so
what I have.
The appointments made in 2018, for instance, Nuruddin Adams, Aisha Fall, and 4 others, I believe. Do you have minutes of those meetings?
The ones that the HR manager gave me, they are not.
The ones?
The minutes that he handed over to me. Like, as you were talking about 2018.
Yes.
I'm saying 2018, it was these line managers who were taking the minutes.
Right.
So the minutes they handed over to me, I didn't see any that had those minutes. But it was brought to General Council. I can remember that. The issue was brought to General Council, and it was the chairman of the Establishment Appointment Committee who reported, Habib Sise, who reported to the council regarding those appointments, and these are captured in the General Council minutes.
Minutes.
Yes.
Now, who would normally be in custody of the Establishment Committee minutes or file?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ones I took, I have,
Yes.
I have all those. Copies with me.
Okay.
Yes.
We will need you to provide us with those copies.
Yes, I can remember even I made copies of all these minutes you got sent to the commission earlier, but I can still, copy all the files from 2018 to date.
Please, yes. That will be we'll be grateful to that. But the chairman would be in custody of the file itself, the original file.
Of the minutes, you mean?
Yes.
You see, these are some of the issues that we have, because today we might not have been sitting here discussing about where are these minutes or sort of. When we have meetings, before the meetings, we issue copies of minutes to each and every member of these committees,
yes,
including the CEO and whoever is in that meeting. We issue a copy. So I would have thought, whereas the office of the clerk cannot even issue those, see those minutes, one of them will have come here and then said, look, because I have this copy, because it's always given to them. But most of it, even when this commission started, we had a lot of things to do. Many times they will run back to the office of the clerk to search for copies of minutes and so on.
Which they already have.
Which they already had. There has never been a time that we had a meeting that copies were not issued to members. So the issue of it, maybe these people
and
are
they have offices.
Exactly.
They have offices.
Exactly. You have 19 ward offices.
Yes.
So and each of them, like I said, if you are in a committee, each meeting you are giving a copy, and even most often, even before the meeting, we have their WhatsApp groups. We send it through electronic, so have time to read even before the meeting takes place.
All right. Now, salaries and allowances for staffs and elected officers. Do you know whether from 2018 moving forward, whether it has ever been increased?
I didn't get that.
Salaries.
Yes.
Staff salaries and allowances of elected officers, for instance, the councillors and the mayor. Do you know whether from 2018 it has ever been discussed and increased at any point?
Yes, I know of allowances. Councils don't receive salaries. They're given allowances.
Yes.
Yes, for allowances, yes, they have been increased.
How many times? Do you know?
I cannot remember, but I can go back and then check.
Okay.
I can check it. I think I have those records.
You have those records?
Yes, I have the records.
They will be very grateful if you can do that. Retirements. Council, in your statement, you had discussed the issue of ward allocations.
Yes.
So for the 19 wards.
Yes, Council.
Are there regulations for ward allocation as to how it should be done, or is it just done from meetings that you have at General Council and decide as to how it's supposed to be done? What can you tell us about ward allocations and how it is really dealt with in relation to the 19 wards you have?
Yes, for the ward development fund.
Yes.
I can remember this was discussed in council, and they agreed that each ward should be given something like 100,000. I can't fully remember the amount, but then that was but initially there was no because there should be a guiding policy.
Right.
Initially there was none.
Right.
Until recently, I think they had one.
Recently.
Yeah.
How recent?
2023, I think so. Yes.
Okay. 2023.
Yes.
You will need a copy of that guiding policy as well.
Yeah.
So, have these. Okay, please go ahead and write. Do you know whether these wards were receiving their ward allocations? It's 19 wards every year. Is it every year?
Yes.
Every year, $100,000.
Yes. Yes. I'm not sure because most often when disbursements are done, it's accounts, so I don't have much access to that. But before that, I don't know because they come, they do their requests, and then it is sent to the office of the mayor, and he will minute that we prepare, a request to that effect, and when that is done, it is sent to the office of the CEO for payment. So if the money is expended, when they're coming back, they need to bring their retirements, and this is also sent to the office of the mayor,
yes.
And he will minute back maybe Clerk and maybe CEO. Then I will prepare a memo for them to submit to the office of the CEO for retirement. And as far as I know many of them did benefit. Whether all, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yes, we will come to the issue of the retirement. I'm just asking because we want to know the procedure. Is it that they have to request to the mayor? Because it is important, because some of the councillors were given evidence to the effect that they haven't been receiving the ward allocation. So I want to know whether it is a matter of, I know you have already said now that they have a policy in 2023, but is it because they never had a policy, so the discretion was entirely with the mayor? Is that the case?
I'm not sure, seriously, to be honest. But then what I know is even sometimes, even when they are making the requests, this is something that they've done through their respective ward secretaries. So they will go straight. We will only come to know when mayor maybe minutes to us that we can at least put a covering memo to the CEO. Yes.
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 So it's a discretion that the mayor has then.
Yes. So yeah. So that's the only time we will know. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's a discretion that the mayor has, as opposed to it being like what they have now, having a policy, which, for instance, at the beginning of every year, this is the procedure to follow. You must have a bank account, you must be audited, and so on and so forth. Your previous allocation must be audited, and you must have a clear picture as to what the money was expended on. For instance, I'm just saying.
Yes. It should be like that. I know these were issues that were discussed in general council meetings, that you are so retired, all this stuff. But there was no really regulation sort of during the early days.
That's why I said, if in the absence of regulation, the discretion becomes the discretion of the head, that is the mayor. That will be a fair comment, correct?
Yep.
And have they been retiring? You have been, do I say accused? No, maybe not accused. You have been mentioned several times.
Yes.
Yes.
I can
and
remember.
Every single time that we ask for retirement, they will say, or some of them will say,
the office
it's
of the
clerk
Yeah, that's true.
of council. So now you are here,
So I'm not
you
sure
can shed more light on the issue with respect to the politicians and retirement, because we seem to not be able to.
I'm not sure whether I have a copy of just to show you how these things are done. Okay. Can you please give this to council to look at, please? So this is one instance, and this is how it is done. When they come with their request, it is sent to the office of the mayor. So that's the time it is minuted to us to put a covering note. That's the one you're seeing on top. So if they're doing their retirements, what we normally do is, we keep a copy, because we also want to, we don't want just document to pass by our office and we don't have any track of it. So we keep copies of the request,
right. Maybe
even photocopy the receipts, and then give them the original for them to go and submit to the office of the CEO, because
right.
that will be the normal trend.
Did this one come with attachments?
Yes.
But it's not attached here?
I'm not sure whether I came with the attachment. But there's one here with attachment anyway.
Okay, you have one sample with attachment?
Yes.
Maybe we can use that one. Do you mind if I had this admitted
Yes.
for the consumption of the commissioners?
Yes.
We apply to tender a sample of retirement of ward development funds from the clerk of council, addressed to the chief executive officer and the Lord Mayor copied. The date is 12th of October 2020. It has the retirement letter and the necessary supporting documents into evidence as an example. Retirement sample is that of Mr. Ousman Gaye. Who is Mr. Ousman Gaye?
Yeah, I'm here.
Who is he? That's you?
Yes, it's me.
So you do retire? You always retire?
No. Like I said, let me explain again. So when they come with their letter to retire, they get to the office of the mayor. So he will mail it to the clerk and CEO. Okay. So when it comes, what we do is we put a covering memo like retirement of WDC fund, right. And then address to the CEO.
Right.
So we make a copy of this. That's the one you're seeing for our reference.
Right.
And then the original, we give it to the councillor himself, okay, to take it to the CEO, right, because that is where the retirement should be done, okay, for onward transactions or whatever. Right. Yes. All right.
A memo dated the 12th of October 2020, emanating from the Clerk of Council, and it is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer and copied to the late Lord Mayor. The subject is retirement of WDC funds. It is signed by Mr. Ousman Gaye. And attached to this memo are receipts to that effect. These documents are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/OG/KMC/004.
As the Commission pleases, may we respectfully request for exhibit 004. Now back to the question. Have they been retiring?
Yes, to the best of my knowledge, some have been retired. Like I said, when disbursement is done, I may not know, but I know those who passed my office for retirement, I've been seeing that they have been doing. Although maybe some, for me, their retirement might not, it may not be up to the level that I believe it should be, because some may lack attachments, receipts, and all this stuff.
All right. Now, do you know whether these retirements were are normally audited?
No, not to the best of my knowledge, no. But what it should be, because we have an internal auditor and you have WDC offices, so it is their responsibility to get to those what levels, see whatever fund is allocated to them, it's audited.
Okay. The other issue is monies given to, these are for ward development.
Yes.
And some, if they retire, then you have access to it.
Yes.
If they do not retire, then you would not know.
No.
We had discussed that the discretion lies with the mayor, at least the evidence we have for now, until 2023, when there is a policy. So you would not have access to information if a councillor decides not to retire.
Yep.
Correct. Now, in relation to the ward development funds, now councillors have been receiving monies as well that are normally allocated to them. They will write to the office of the mayor, for instance, if they need support, $100,000, $50,000. We have seen examples of that. Happy Pemel Sise is an example. Is it Kemo Sise? Or Kemo
Bojang.
Bojang is an example as well. Well, many councillors, different from the ward allocation. Do they also retire that to you?
No, those requests don't even pass through us.
The request never passed through you?
Not even one, no.
And then they never come to you to do those private retirements as well?
No.
Because I call them private because they are different from the ward allocation.
No, not even one passed through us.
Not even one?
No.
So if a councillor says that they have retired to you, that would not be correct?
No, it's not correct.
All right. Auditors, internal audit, have you been receiving internal audit reports from 2018?
What normally happens is, internal audit, they are under the office of the mayor.
Right.
So usually when they write to the office of the mayor.
The
office of the mayor, as per our nomenclature anyway.
Are they?
Yes.
Why would internal audit be under the office of the mayor?
Yes.
They are not under the office of the mayor.
What we have at KMC, I don't know of any other council, but
right.
at KMC, all departments, Department of Admin, Department of Finance, you name them, they are all under the office of the CEO. But for municipal police and internal audit, they are under the office of the mayor. That is what we have found there anyway. That
was there since before 2018?
Yes.
Before 2018?
Yes.
And it has been adopted?
Yes. So it still continues.
Okay.
So when they write reports, it is addressed to the office of the mayor. So for councillors or council to have access to, so that is the time it is minuted to me so that I can distribute.
Okay.
Yes.
So it makes sense because the reports we have confirms what you are saying. It is mainly sent to the office of the mayor. So, but you will only have access to it if it is minuted to you.
Yes, or many times too, like the present auditor that we have, he will normally send soft copies through email.
Yes.
So he will address to the mayor, copy clerk, the relevant, offices. Yes.
Now, if they send copies to the mayor's office and you are not copied, then you wouldn't have access to it.
Yes, but to be honest, almost all the reports when they come, he do, ask that, we try to distribute them and most often because there's an accounts committee, I think, it is sent there for them to review before it is
Why
brought
say
to
almost
General
all?
Council.
Why not say all?
Pardon?
Why say almost all? Why not all?
Yes, I just don't want to say it's 100%, but I can definitely vouch that most of these audit reports, when they come, he means them so that we can transmit them to relevant authorities.
Have you been discussing inter-audit reports at the level of council? Have the councillors been discussing inter-audit reports?
Yes, there was a time when council didn't have any auditor.
Why is that the case?
I can remember the former internal auditor, Ibrahim, is it? What's his name again? Fofana. I think he was moved from there, if my memory serves me right, because in one of our council meetings he said that he doesn't have the background, the capacity, to audit, council books. So based on that, I think there was a communication with the Local Government Service Commission at the time, so they can recruit one.
Yes.
But I think the recruitment took almost 1 to 2 years before we have the correct one. So in the absence of an auditor, it was Basiru Njai who was doing the audit. So he brought reports, and I can remember there were instances that he was called so that some of these reports can be discussed.
Do you have minutes of council meetings that will provide evidence that internal audit reports were dealt with at council level? I am asking this because we know the evidence we have, for the most part of it, internal audit reports that were generated, not the ones that were not generated by virtue of lack of capacity. The ones that were generated were hardly discussed at council's level.
Yes,
but you are the clerk, you can advise us better.
Yeah, so that's what I say, because for discussion at the level, that's why I brought this Fofana issue, because of that time when there was a, but when reports came, there were instances. I'm not saying this is something that has been happening all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, it is not. It was not happening all the time.
Okay.
But there are instances, I believe, few of these reports, they have, yeah.
But the percentage would be very low.
It would be very low, yeah.
Okay, that has to be out. And again, for the ones that were discussed, we want you to identify the relevant. I know it's a lot of work, and please, you help us with the report. Basiru Njai as well has been.
Yes, Council, yeah.
Preparing report as a senior auditor. Yes.
Yes, Council.
Advisors, 2018 to all the way to 2023, do you know whether council have secured the services of advisors, for instance?
Yes, I know. Like our committees, we have. I don't know whether they're called advisors or experts, but I know they were experts.
Should be subject matter experts, yes.
Yes, exactly. And there were 2 instances that also we had, I think, 2 technical advisors. One Bakari Singate and the other Mustapha Kanye, yes.
Right. But at the level of council itself, the mayor or council, either or, were advisors ever contracted?
At the level of general council, you mean?
General council or the mayor?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. For the technical advisors, these were 2 at the office of the mayor, Bakari and Mustapha.
And were they appointed through a resolution?
Yes, this was discussed at council.
And they passed a resolution?
Yes, there's a resolution. I think I can, not today, but I'll bring it when I'm coming here.
Mr. Gaye,
Madam Chair.
You said you've been there as deputy counsel before 2018.
Yeah.
When actually were you promoted as clerk of council?
This was December, I think 2017, something like that.
December?
2017.
2017?
Yes.
Now, you are aware of standing order, standing and general committee, that is the order 37. You are aware of that? Which talks about, yes, which talks about quorum.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, under order 37.
Yes.
Rule 2. It provides that the chairman of the standing or general committee shall be appointed by the mayor. This is the chairman or women of the committees shall be appointed by the.
Yeah.
Were you aware of this provision?
Yes.
And why did the council have issues in appointing chairpersons for these committees when it is clearly provided for in the rules?
Madam Chair,
because it says, let me just go back to 37.1, where it says 3 members of a committee shall form a quorum.
Yes.
Quorum except where the ad hoc committee consists 3 members, in which case 2 shall form a quorum.
Mm-hmm. So I am not sure whether I have witnessed where there had been a problem of appointing chairs to these committees.
Okay.
To be honest, to the best of my knowledge. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I ask because you were the one that was acting and taking the minutes of some of these committees.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Is that provided for in the standing in the rules?
Yeah. You know, it is the clerk's responsibility to take minutes.
For all the committees?
Yes.
All right.
Even if you look at my appointment letters, it is still there.
But did you think that was feasible to be able to take all the minutes of all the different committees that are provided for in the local government in the Local Government Act of 2002, given the fact that it has listed which committees should be set up?
Yeah. So as per the Act, I think it has only mentioned a few. That is the Finance, the Development Committee, and Establishment. But it has also stated any other committee that the council deems necessary.
Okay. Let's check whether the now for council, was it via a resolution that these committees were advised to be set up?
Yes. Normally, what takes place at KMC is during their second meeting of their term, they bring the issue of these committees so that those interested can maybe raise their hands to say, I'm interested in this committee or whatever. So based on those, they will vote, and then most of these committees are formed during those sessions.
Thank you. Councillor, you may proceed.
Yes. Legal advisors?
Yes, Council.
Legal advisors, how many? 2018?
From 2018 to date, what I remember is we only had one legal, and that's Yasin Senghor. That's the only one I know.
Have you had any lawyer who would attend your meetings, aside from Yasin Senghor?
No.
Council, are you sure, Mr.?
Anyway, as far as I know, I cannot remember, seriously.
You cannot remember?
No.
Have you had Aziz Bensouda attend any minutes of meetings before?
As far as I know, no.
Committee meetings?
No.
Because you don't sit in some of the committees?
No, I am all, even if one of my secretaries is taking minutes, I ensure that I am there to look at the membership, ensure that they have the quorum, and not because we have instances where maybe a particular.
No, we have minutes of meetings that he has attended, but I'm just asking whether you are familiar.
Yes, I am. That's why I said, because to avoid some of these issues, that is why I said, even whereas maybe I might not be there 100%, but I saw that before the meeting I am there to check the memberships, who is there and who is not. You see.
When were you removed from your duties to be the secretary to all the committees?
This was in 2018, like I said.
2018?
It's only 2018, okay. Yes.
So you may not know
yes.
about some of the committees that
yes.
that Mr. Bensouda has attended.
Yes.
Correct?
2018, yes.
Yes. Now, I believe that's all for you, Mr. Gaye. We will want you to provide the documents that we have. We have in your statement some of the vouchers that you have mentioned. Unless the commissioners have questions for you on those issues, that would be all for. Unless, for instance, the issue of the revenue of council.
Yes.
And the accounts of council from 2018, have this been discussed at council level, general meetings?
Yes, at general meetings, mostly we have, how do I call it? There is this activity report.
Yes.
At the end of each year, beginning of the year, of the first quarter, each of the departments are required to produce an activity report.
Right.
And for the finance department, this is one of their responsibilities, to bring their activity where, it will state the income and expenditure and, the cash flow and all this stuff. So it has been coming.
The last issue is national audit reports. Have they been discussed at council level from 2018?
National audit. Maybe through the establishment, but no, I cannot remember. But I can remember that, yeah. But I will check if I have
it. If it was a norm, then you will be in a position to remember.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
If it was a norm.
Yes.
So the correct deduction would be, because it's not the custom, then probably if it happens, it is seldom. Correct?
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yes.
All right. Are there questions for this witness? Chairperson.
Yes. Mr. Gaye, looking at page 2 of your statement.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's the 4th paragraph.
Yes, ma'am.
If I may read it, it says, I wrote the General Council resolution and indicated the duration of the exercise, which was from the 2nd to the 25th. This is in relation to payment voucher PV 18-081, dated the 9th of, I think, August 2018, amounting to 260.
Yes, ma'am.
And you indicated that you wrote this resolution, right?
Yes, ma'am.
As per the resolution, each participant was to receive 400.
Yes, ma'am.
Which accumulates to 9,600 for each participant.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why participants should receive 10,000 when it was clear in the resolution that each person was to be paid 400 daily for the duration stated above. So my question is, did you receive retirement to that effect on this?
Yeah, this was based on what was discussed at this particular General Council meeting.
Yes.
And that's exactly what I captured on the resolution. Yes. That this was the number of days that the exercise should take effect, yes. And this is the amount that you are supposed to pay. So it shouldn't exceed this. Okay. So it was discussed, they agreed, and that is exactly what I have in my resolution.
Yes, but yes. My question is, was there any retirement to that effect?
Like I said, for me, it's the resolution that I am, but whether how the payment is done, the retirement, all these things don't come to me.
Okay.
No, it is, when they have their, for this particular exercise, I don't know, it was the finance or the revenue committee or whatever.
What I'm asking is because this generally it's about council matters.
Yes. So
right.
I just wanted to give a small explanation so that you understand. Mm-hmm. So when they do an exercise of this sort, mm-hmm. It is the chair of that particular committee where this exercise falls to, mm-hmm. who will write the request to the CEO. It doesn't even come to us. he writes requesting for the payment of this exercise to the office of the
request
CEO.
is sanctioned. Is it correct that the request is sanctioned by a resolution first?
Yes,
before
exactly.
It goes to the
So
CEO?
the CEO will base that payment on the resolution, but it doesn't mean that it will always come back to us. No. Yeah. So they can even make this payment, whereas we will not even know.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the issue of the payment of PV 202028, dated the 29th of December 2020, what is this payment about that you have in your statement?
That's PV 2020.
Yes.
Dated 29 December.
2020.
Okay, here what I wrote was this voucher relates to the honorarium payment made to the members of the Establishment Appointment Committee for the review of council payroll system. So I raised the payment request on behalf of the chairman of the Establishment Committee, Habib Sise, and forwarded to the CEO for approval.
Why?
I believe,
Yes.
and forwarded.
Why did you have to raise the request on behalf of Habib when Habib is the chairman of this committee?
Yes, this is just one instance. I think we never do some of these issues, but then I think I can remember they wanted to do this, and I think he was away and asked me to forward this on his behalf.
But was he not the one that convened this meeting?
Yes.
And why would he request you to request for this payment when he is the one that convened the meeting?
Yeah,
and when he was supposed to have made the request himself.
That's what, because he was away, and then I just felt maybe it was something maybe at the time that I feel I could do. But if it is today, I'll not do it anyway.
But you know that it is not correct for you to have
it is
done
not.
that. In
It
terms
is not.
of accountability,
It is not.
It will have been difficult for you to account for this money, right?
Yes, it is not. That's why I'm saying if it was today, then I would not have raised that.
On the issue of PV 211731 dated the 6th, 2021, what can you tell us about that? Which is an amount of 160 relating to the purchase of foodstuff for council annual general meeting.
Okay. Yeah, I think this was the.
Were you the one that raised the request for this?
Yes. So these two was. I think I even had issues with Sirif, our accountant, on this, because Demboja raised the request, HR.
Yes.
And then because we were in the committee together to organize this, annual general meeting, he went and then put my name. So when I went back so that it can be corrected, by then Demo has already left for home, and this was on a Friday, half day. So that couldn't be done. So I just took the risk to but I told Sirif that you should pay this request to this check on the name of the person who made the request.
So it was not correct for you to have.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
It was not correct for you to have had the check written in your name.
Exactly, and this I made.
Now, how do we prove that the vendors were paid?
So
the people that you were supposed to have paid have been paid.
No, this wasn't even vendors. This was, I think, an annual general meeting.
Yes.
And then the food that we ordered and all this stuff was to be paid from this, and then.
Yes, that is why I use the word vendors.
So what I did was I prepared a comprehensive report after this activity, attacked the receipts and all supporting documents. And I can remember it was Kajari Jane who was the deputy CEO at the time. I took this to his office for retirement, and he minuted.
Can you provide us
to the paying out cashier?
Okay, then note that and provide for us.
Yes, I just want to say here, I've tried to check a copy of it from the staff welfare file, but I couldn't find. But I can fully remember I submitted this to the paying out cashier. So maybe if time permits, maybe if we have the documents
we will
here,
give you time
yes, we can come back here because when I went there, they said all their files are here. So maybe if we could be giving
opportunity to list,
yes, so that we can look at it and see. Yes.
Right. Now, did you participate in the KMT company? Did you have any role in the KMT company?
No.
Now, do you know whether there has been, since the inception of the KMT, whether there had been subsequent meetings as to the non-viability of the company been discussed at General Council?
Yes, there are minutes, I think, that we can relate to where
please note that
the issue of KMT has been discussed. Yes,
the minutes of those meetings. Now, on the issue of the allocation to the wards,
yes, ma'am.
Was there any resolution that was passed pursuant to the amount, which is 200,000? I have seen in your statement you have indicated that they are initially given 50,000, but we have had evidence also that yearly the wards are given 200,000. So in order to appreciate what has transpired, is there any resolution indicating the actual amount to be disbursed to wards? And what was the rationale? Was that discussed? And how did the council come to the resolution that 200 should be disbursed yearly for the wards, for their developmental issues?
Okay, ma, thank you. I think I will seek your permission to go back and check these minutes. I think we have it, yes.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Council?
Yes, Madam Chairperson. We're done for today. We will be verifying some of the information with the CEO, and then when the witness comes back, we'll clear some issues there.
So, Mr. Gaye?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
And please endeavor to bring in the documents and consult with the registrar to have some of the documents that you do not have access to and you were told that it has been submitted to the commission with him, so that you can verify whether those documents are here. And endeavor to bring them by Thursday. Thank you. So you are discharged, Mr. Gaye, and thank you once again for coming.
Thank you, ma, with your permission.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Can you kindly stand here? Hold on to the mic. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Mr. Witness, what is your religion? Your religion. Can you speak into the mic, please?
I'm a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
Sure.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English or Olokomanika.
Okay, do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran
Sure.
or make an affirmation?
Sure.
Okay, Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Can you hold the Holy Quran and then repeat after me? I, Mustapha Conteh, do swear that I'll speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth,
in all truth,
and nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Conteh.
Good afternoon, ma.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can you please proceed?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Mr. Conteh, please state your full name to the Commission.
My name is Mustapha Conteh,
Your address, sir,
Burusubi Phase 1.
and your occupation?
I'm an accountant.
Accountant by profession.
Yeah.
Where do you work?
Gamcel, Gambia Telecommunications Cellular Company.
You've been working for Gamcel for how long?
8 years. Actually, I work in Gamtel and moved to Gamcel 8 years ago.
Okay. And for Gamcel, how many years have you worked with Gamcel?
Gamtel is about 27 years old.
All right. And your educational background, sir?
I am an accountant, BSc accountant from the University of St. Mary's in Canada.
Canada. You gave a statement to the investigators.
That's
you
correct.
recall this?
That's correct, yeah.
We'll give you a copy,
Sure.
a duplicate of the original. Please go through it. It has bears your name and a signature across
Yeah,
your name.
that's correct, yeah. I remember this.
Thank you. We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Mustapha Conteh.
Yeah,
The date is 28th of November 2024. It is signed by the witness and identified by the witness into evidence as an exhibit.
right.
The witness statement dated the 28th of November 2024 made by Mr. Mustapha Conteh is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MC in brackets 1/KMC/001.
As the Commission places. Now, we are calling you in relation to payments made towards the liabilities of Joanna Hall, who was once an employee of Gamcel.
That's correct.
And what can you tell us about these payments? From KMC.
From KMC. What I know is Joanna was working for Gamcel. She left Gamcel in around December 2013 to join KMC while she was serving a bond. And when she left Gamcel, it informed social KMC.
Yes.
And then KMC made a commitment to pay the bond liability of $154,000 in 2 installments.
Right.
One of the installments was paid few months shortly after Joanna left, which was around May 2014.
Yes.
And then the second installment of $54,000 was subsequently paid 5 years later. 5 years later. To be precise, it was in May of 2019.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, was there any subsequent payment after that?
No, as far as our records are concerned, no, that was the final payment.
Would that be correct?
According to our records, yeah.
You were there in 2019?
2019 May.
You were there?
I was there, so.
And by 2019, the $54,000 would have already been paid, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Now let me give you this. I have a document, a voucher. It's marked as LGC/AC bracket 1, that's KMC /003. It's a voucher, KMC voucher, payment voucher, number BV1819221A. The date is 21st of March 2019. Please go through this voucher.
Yeah.
That is the payments in relation to the liabilities, towards the liabilities of Joanna Hall.
That's correct. That's
Correct?
The final payment, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, the first page says what? The first page, the voucher itself.
Yes.
You may please read it loud.
Oh, you want me to read it? Payment voucher. You want me to read the voucher for you?
Absolutely, sir. Okay,
it says it's a payment voucher. Payee Gamcel, paid from Trust Bank Limited, check number 05654844.
Right.
This is in respect of being payment of commitment on Joanna Hall's liability with Gamcel, as per letter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
The head is 007803, description capacity building, amount $54,000.
Amount to?
$54,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now turn to the next page.
Yeah. This is from Ami Ben Souda and Co.
Yes.
The General Manager Gamcel, debt recovery.
It's a letter addressed to the General Manager?
Yes, of Gambia Telecommunications, dated 4th April 2019.
Yes.
It says, attention, Aissatou Njai. There's a debt recovery, Joanna Hall. Please find include Trust Bank check in the sum of 154 in respect of Joanna Hall, paid to us by Kalifi Municipal Council. Kindly acknowledge receipt. Ami Ben Souda and Co.
Was receipt acknowledged?
Yeah. Sorry, the copy of the Trust Bank check is not attached.
We have it. I have it here. I'm just saying whether going by that letter receipt was acknowledged.
Yeah, apparently it says, I'm going through the minutes here.
Yes.
One of them from the senior manager HR, it says, please note Joanna Hall's outstanding liability, $54,000.
Yes.
As per the records.
Yes.
It is right to note that Joanna's total liability was 154 at the time of commitment.
Yes.
However, 100,000 was paid towards the settlement of her liability by KMC,
right.
The records. So basically, this is what I see from the HR department addressed to finance.
Finance. Now let me show you the copy of the check of 154. And may I have that one, please?
This is a trust bank check
Yes.
addressed to Gamcel, dated 24th March 2019.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the check was indeed received.
Sorry, no, the check wasn't received. Because we went through our statements in 2000.
No, going by the documents, the checks were
This check,
issued.
no, it's not in our records.
No, going by what you have,
Right,
the checks were issued. And going by the minutes of
Yes.
the HR,
yes.
they acknowledge that the actual balance, outstanding balance is 54,000.
That's correct.
Which means they have received the check. But then they realized what was authorized was above what was outstanding.
Well, from the minutes of the HR,
Yes.
it's because checks are normally received by, not by HR,
Yes,
by the outlets,
right.
and receipts are sent to finance for
Yes.
confirmation.
So it says debt recovery Joanna Hall.
Yes,
Please find and enclose a trust bank check in the sum of 154,000 in respect of Joanna Hall, paid to us by Carnival Municipal Council.
yes.
Kindly acknowledge receipt. The HR signed Abiba Sudan Co. LP. HR said, please note that the outstanding liability is 54,000 instead of the amount indicated on the check.
Right.
So the check has been received. And they realize that the amount is more than what is being paid.
Apparently, from our records, we did not see any payment of 154,000 into Gamcel.
Now, let's just ignore your records for now.
Yeah.
And go by the documents. Your HR minuted, acknowledging receipt of 154. Is that a fact? By way of check?
What is not clear to me is it acknowledging the total sum paid towards Joanna Halls, 154,000?
No, it is
not.
The letter says, let me read again, 4th April 2019, that recovery Joanna Hall, addressed to General Manager Gamcel. Please find and enclose a trust bank check in the sum of 154,000 in respect of Joanna Hall paid to us by KMC. HR minuted saying, please note that Ms. Hall's outstanding liability is 54,000 instead of the amount indicated on the check.
Yeah. Based on those minutes, yes.
Yes.
Apparently, it looks like there was a 154,000 check.
Yes, going by the minutes.
Going by that.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, another minute says, please find attached check amounting to 104,000 from Carnival Municipal Council via Abiba Sudan Co. after Joanna Hall's loan repayment for your advice. The check has been received. Now, we want to know, as the finance director, what happened thereafter.
Well, actually, when I got this information, I had to go to our records to confirm, because if we receive such a payment, it will reflect in our bank statements. We went through the statements in 2019, throughout 2019, but there is no such payment as 154,000.
Mr. Conteh,
KMC, yeah.
as the finance director, what should you do
Yeah.
when there is a communication to this effect that monies were paid more than what should be done?
We'll call their attention.
Was that done?
In this case, no, apparently, because we did not receive it.
You don't receive?
We didn't receive the 154.
That's not true. That cannot be believed, Mr. Conteh. It's going to be difficult, because if you have received the check, which is a valid check, and it's been received, evidence of it is in the minutes of the letter addressed to your office, then what are we talking about?
Yeah, but as finance director, this has happened some time back.
Yes.
If I had the opportunity to confirm this, all I need to do is to refer to the records. And that's what I'm saying, that when I went to the records to verify, this particular payment did not hit the account.
Did not?
It did not hit our account.
How many accounts have you kept from this period, 2019?
Sorry?
How many accounts?
How many accounts do we?
2019, how many accounts have you kept? Gamcel.
Sorry, can you come again?
How many accounts do you have?
You mean bank accounts?
Yes.
We have over 10 bank accounts.
Over 10 bank accounts. All right. Can I have that voucher, please? Now, we are done with this witness, Chairperson. We will get to you for further statements regarding this.
Sure.
And your bank accounts.
Thank you.
Yes. Unless there are questions to the witness, we'll be referring him to the investigators for further statements.
Thank you, Mr. Conteh.
Thank you.
You're discharged, but you will be contacted to enable us to verify these payments.
Thank you.
You so much.
Thank you. May I ask, could we have a copy of that particular payment voucher or the check so that it will ease for ease of reference?
All right. Please liaise with the registrar.
Thank you.
As you go out, so that he can provide you a copy of.
Thank you. Thank you.
The documents you
Thank
need.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we are to have one witness. The clerk will call witness. We had summoned the general manager for Arab Gamcel Islamic Bank. It appears he is not present. He probably delegated the responsibility to a junior officer.
The general manager?
Yes. The junior officers, I'm informed, but the witness will be coming to see whether we can verify whether the general manager is present or not.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mr. Witness. For continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you once again that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed.
All right,
thank you. Madam Chair, over to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jallo.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Council, can you proceed?
Yes. Madam Chairperson, we have an issue. The witness has already testified before this commission. A summons was issued on the 15th of January 2025 for the general manager to appear of Arab Gamcel Islamic Bank to appear because we needed the credit or loans file in relation to the Mbalit project. The general manager decided to send Mr. The witness, which is totally in violation of the summons.
May we just find out from
the witness,
Ms. Jallo, the reason for the absence of the general manager? And if I may ask, who is the general manager of the bank?
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Council and then Madam Chair. I think in this case, it was a lack of knowledge. She thought that the same kind of letters coming, me being the one representing, she just minted to me to come and represent her. But she's in the office, nothing is wrong with her. She was just thinking I am the right person to come here, but not knowing that this was meant for her until when I arrived here.
Okay.
Then Mr. Kamara mentioned that to me. I said, that's lack of knowledge, but if not, she would have been here. Definitely.
All right, so we can reschedule since the operations manager may not be in a position to.
Yeah.
All right.
In that regard, we will apply that the order be given to the general manager to appear in line with the summons issued by the registrar.
Okay. So, Mr. Jallo, you are hereby discharged. The summons will be redirected to the general manager accordingly.
Okay, so we'll await for another communication.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Are there any other witnesses?
I believe there are no other witnesses. The other witness will be in the afternoon, I believe.
We may rise.
Thank you.